What are you doing there?
Can you not hear this?
It sounds really good, yes. But what are you doing?
I'm just gonna sit here all day and listen to it.
Oh!
Here I am, spending my day in the abyss, and you didn't care to call me and tell me what you have sitting in the real world?
I can't contact you while you're in the abyss, and also, why do you keep sneaking up on me?
You might have a point, but today we have to thank
Porsche of St. Paul. Make sure you go click the link in our description to their website to be able to browse this car or any other Porsche models that they have. Make sure to contact them.
this car, 2020 Porsche Cayenne Turbo S e-hybrid Coupe.
You had to run a little bit to get there, but yeah, it's a pretty amazing car. It's got a V8 and it's got hybrid power. So it makes a total of 670 horsepower. And the reason it does that is because it has electric motors that make 134 horsepower.
V8, 4-liter, twin turbo. It is nuts. And if you want to be a friend to the environment, you switch it to the E mode and you can drive roughly 13 miles in the mid 80 mile an hour range
Using 134 horsepower.
I mean, this is kind of the new Dave Ramsey. Go pick it out. You're saving the environment and you're saving money.
You said that on our last video.
I mean, it just makes sense. That's why you buy a Porsche. Enough chit chat. Let's take them to the inside and show them why this is the SUV. Well, now that we're inside, we might as well go for a drive.
Wait, we're going for a drive? You haven't turned the car on. We are moving?
It might confuse you. This is the most environmentally friendly vehicle on the road today.
Is it? This is the most, there's a lot of electric cars and this still has a gas engine in its environment.
So like we said at the beginning, you can drive up to roughly 13 miles in pure electric mode. So if you have a short commute every day,
You can drive to and from work on electric.
and you're saving the whales.
Saving the whales, not saving the sea turtles. We're going with whales today.
And then, when you want to have some fun, you stick her in the Turn 5 Sport Plus mode,
Yes,
and
please.
you use all 670 of those ponies.
Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please. Yes, please.
So that speed kind of makes you want the heads-up display.
Does it?
So the heads-up display,
Hey, there are some burbles there. This thing's amazing.
is a $1,720 checkbox.
Okay.
Well worth it, because you don't have the time or the mental capacity to focus your eyes down so you can see it out there when you know that you might be going a little bit fast.
I think you're going more than a little bit fast if you're giving it full throttle.
Agree or disagree? Most SUVs today have a long list of negatives.
Oh, they definitely do. They have a bunch of negatives because they are a cumbersome vehicle on the road.
The crazy engineers at Porsche took that massive list that is negative about every SUV on the market, and they went one by one and fixed the problem and put it into this car.
So you're telling me this has none of those negative traits?
I have not found a negative aspect of this SUV.
Okay.
Though it can still tow 7,700 pounds.
Okay, that's amazing.
It can still haul your whole family.
Well, that's needed in an SUV.
And you can have a lot of fun.
Yeah, it is fast and awesome.
You get burbles.
Yep.
This thing is amazing. It drives better, I think, than any SUV I've ever driven.
And they saved the gas guzzler stuff because they made it an electric car.
The steering feel is superb. The ride quality is amazing.
Yep.
The aesthetic appearance is top notch.
I think that's mainly because this model is a coupe, and if it wasn't a coupe, there would not be nearly as good of looks on it. I mean, it's still great, but
That is one thing that Porsche does get you with. when you get the Coupe, which looks better, but it has less room, you pay more money for it.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. We're taking away space, and you're gonna pay us more for it.
But it's definitely something that I would do.
Yeah.
For sure.
And most of that room is unusable space as it is, so it's not really like you're losing too much.
Do you remember the X5M competition that we drove?
Yeah, that was fast.
Up to today, that was the greatest SUV I've ever driven.
This tops it?
This tops it. It has the sounds, it has the feels, it has the emotion, it has the spirit. It is the SUV you buy, and this being a 2020, Dave Ramsey gives you the green light.
Again, you're trying to give financial advice to our viewers. I like it. I think your financial advice is completely correct. Yep. Also, if I can say this is the best winter beater you can buy.
Awkward high five, best winter beater ever. What do you say you give this thing a roll and see how you like it?
Alrighty. Oh, you get all this fun stuff.
Before I let you grab the wheel of the greatest SUV on the entire planet,
We need to sit in the back?
so we have a 2008 Cayenne GTS.
Yep.
I don't know how they got the leg room in the 2020 Cayenne, but they got it. They got the leg room,
They got the headroom.
they got the headroom, even with it being a coupe.
If you are an astute viewer, you can see that there's a little cutout up there, and that's why we get our headroom.
And you got this massively beautiful panoramic roof. The back seats here is not quite Panamera level, but it is very spacious.
I will say, it is nice that they give you your own climate control ability. You can choose what temperature you want for each individual person. There can be 4 different temperatures in this car.
It is amazing. Are you almost ready to grab the wheel of this unicorn?
Yes. Today, we're going to be driving in this nice, quiet, luxurious SUV. As you can see, there is no noise. And look at how much power it still has. Full disclosure, I had it in hybrid auto, so it turned on the engine, and then we got the full 670.
You bring up a good point. When you depress the brake pedal, you have instantaneous stopping power from these carbon ceramic brakes.
Yeah, you slow down, so when you do something like what I just did, you slow down really quickly, and that's great.
I know that you're not a huge fan of Panameras or Cayennes because you really like your Caymans and 911s.
Yep.
What do you think about this Cayenne?
I really like this Cayenne. It does not feel like a full-sized SUV. It feels a lot smaller. It feels smaller on the road. It feels more like a sporty sedan that's little. It should not pull 7,700 pounds.
If you need the space for passengers, this Cayenne, I think, is everything you could ever need.
I agree. We sat in the back, and it was way bigger than we needed.
I was blown away with how much room is in the back seats.
Because you have plenty of room up front right now, and I had plenty of room in the back seat.
And we are both 6-foot humans.
Yeah.
So to show how much room is back there, it is mind-blowing. It's one of those things that those German engineers did when they started checking off the list.
So a lack of legroom / back seat room is a negative, and they fixed that?
Absolutely.
Okay, just double checking.
The interior of this is every bit Porsche.
I love this. I love the steering wheel. I love how it looks. It feels really nice. And the whole interior feels really nice.
What do you think about these little twisties here as far as the handling and the responsiveness of the steering rack?
I think the twisties are very, very underwhelming in this car. This car is very capable, and it can take these at significantly faster speeds. But I will say, compared to a 911 or something else, the steering is a little bit numb. I'm guessing that's to help you when you're towing things and moving just big objects around. This thing weighs 5,000 pounds.
I'm still just blown away with A, how much upgraded this is from our Cayenne, and B, how perfect of an SUV it is. I mean, I don't know if you can hear that, but it's everything you would ever want in an SUV.
It sure is. It's everything I want in an SUV, at least. It's fast and fun, and I will say this heads-up display worth $1,720.
I think it is, right?
I'm staring at it all the time.
And of course with this, you got all the safety doodads, you got the lane change, keep, or assist, or whatever you want to call it.
Because I see it show up in front of me. Like there, it was like, okay, you're still in the lane. It gave 2 green lines on the side. It's super cool.
What do you say we try to get them a good audio clip of what the exhaust actually sounds like from the outside?
Let's attempt that monumental challenge, and I'll park it up and we'll get it all set up for that. Tyler here. We got a patented Tyler test coming up. So let's see. Right now, we're in the trunk. This is a Tyler to a Tyler and a half.
Maybe if you cut you in a couple of pieces.
We could get 2. We got a plug-in because this is a hybrid Porsche Cayenne, so you can plug it into the wall and it regenerates the battery off of the engine. I will say this is probably the best SUV I drove.
Tyler, you left me.
Yeah, I lost you. I don't know where you went.
It's when you stepped on the gas pedal, I fell out.
And then you fell into the abyss?
This 2020 Porsche Cayenne Turbo S e-hybrid is mind-blowingly perfect. It is the greatest SUV I have ever driven in my life.
If you're in the market for one of these, make sure you go check out Porsche St. Paul in the link in our description, because this thing's amazing and I beat him to saying it.
You got the Porsche ceramic carbon brakes, you got a 4-liter V8, you got 134 horsepower of unadulterated electric power, you got the coupe styling, you got the interior for a family, you got it all. This Cayenne has everything you would ever need.
I can clearly tell he has fallen in love because he just went and talked about every part of the car, and it's just a Cayenne in my world, but it's a fun Cayenne and it's a fun SUV.
And because it is now 3 years old, Dave Ramsey gives you the thumbs up to go to Porsche St. Paul, test drive it, pick it up.
I can't do this anymore. You are not a financial advisor.
Awkward high five. Make sure you guys click like, comment, subscribe. Head to Porsche St. Paul, take this thing out, bring it home to your garage. We'll see you later.